Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus, a daily run with the Exalted Cain. What have we done to deserve this golden gift? It goes to Shoal. It just goes to Shoal you. There's no other punchline to that joke. I sought it, I ran it through the IBM Watson, I didn't come up with a good reason to continue it. You know what I will do here, it's not an XL floor. So I'll pop in here real quick. All this for half of a Spirit Heart, don't mind if I do. Why take $3 bill early when there's a chance to get a reroll? Well, you gotta preface a lot of this stuff in Isaac with a certain condition. You may be right. You know, sounds good to me. Easy come, easy go. You may be right. Maybe if you use that bomb on a reroll instead, you end up coming out ahead. But $3 bill, when you're dealing with default stats, some of the times, especially later, you're going to walk into a room and be like, I hate it. But early on, any extra ability to kill enemies is like, it's worth its weight in gold. It's like taking out a student loan to earn you a degree that in the 1970s would have paid for itself in 7 or 8 years. But now, you know, as a result of stagnating wages and rising interest rates and predatory company, you get the idea is what I'm just saying. You know, the metaphor fell apart, and for that there's no forgiveness. Second secret room? Second secret? Okay, thank you. Alright, well, it was an exploration bonus above all else. We will take our other pills. We'll take I Can See Forever down with us. Dude, totally fine. I mean, it's a first floor that, in the end, what did we get? We got a pretty fly in 4 secret rooms out of our first boss. Not the kind of thing where, you know, you'd leave and be like, this was incredible, but simultaneously, you know, that's part of the reason you end up taking $3 bill. Currency is, it's a hot button issue if you're Canadian. I want to bring this up. I oftentimes talk about Canadian issues in these videos. I hope it's interesting for my non-Canadian audience. I know it's interesting for the Canadian audience, because there's nothing Canadians like more than talking about how we're, like, similar to America, but different in our own ways. That and the War of 1812. You know it to be true. Don't deny it, search your feelings. I will say, when Americans come to Canada, one of the things that they remark upon most often is that our money has... You know, I don't think I'm going to take it, to be honest. Our money has different colors. And I think that's probably true for a lot of places on planet Earth. But whenever they... And don't take this the wrong way if you are American. All I'm doing is trying to shine a light on... you know, the perspective from somebody who's not American. I think that Americans oftentimes have the perspective that the way things work in their country is the default. So they come up here, they make fun of our money. They call it monopoly money because it has different colors to it. You know why money in Monopoly has different colors to it? So that it's very easy to discern at a glance which bills are which denomination, and so you don't get confused and perhaps end up handing somebody, you know, a $100 bill when instead they only are owed, you know, $1 from the... Man, we could have gone to the room on this one if we had just handled things slightly in a different order, but that's okay. Now, if the Parker Brothers Corporation is able to figure out that it's important for denominations of currency to have, you know, easily identifiable markings on them. I don't know why the United States Treasury has such a problem with it. All I'm saying is it's offensive to call our money monopoly money when we've made it. It's a quality of life change. When you look at American money, if you ever go like, yeah, what a stupid idea to have our money be easily identifiable at a glance to know which denomination is which. They go, yeah, well, I'm sorry, I forgot you didn't know how to read. All you gotta do in the darkness is hold up the bill right to your face and see which president is on it, and then you can figure out which denomination it is. As Canadians, I'm just saying, you know, if you wanna You might think that for some reason we're like, hey, you know, that Yankee called our money Monopoly money. This is endearing. It's not endearing. We're all grumbling, and then we're getting inside of our homes, and we're eating, you know, maple syrup poured onto snow inside of our heated igloos, and we're going, you know, Every Canadian's got a story of being in Syracuse, New York, and accidentally giving someone a $20 bill instead of a $5 bill because they all look the freaking same. Anyway, where am I going? I'm using my misplaced but still righteous rage to keep us going on this run, to make sure that we're playing well. And we are playing well so far. It's not an incredible run, but we're way ahead of schedule. The tiers upgrade we just picked up is extremely nice. We're bereft of consumables, or as we call them up here, consumables. Please. Still. Key? Key. Let's go. Hold on. Before we use this key, amnesia is not so bad. I'm going to use our bomb here to try to get a little bit more HP. We got a second key out of it, which is really nice, but I would rather not... Yo, I mean, the body might be okay. This is an item, you know, when you first start playing The Binding of Isaac, you're like, oh boy! Let's go. 3 HP! The more you play Isaac, you're like, oh no, it's 3 HP instead of a 0.1 speed upgrade. What did I do to deserve this indignity? But it's still good, and makes me very happy that I took the deal with the devil. Oh. Precedent earlier. The only thing this run lacks right now is a little bit of base offensive push. Yo, this could be a guppy dream. You know, if we could just get, even more so than a tiers upgrade, I think just a raw damage upgrade would be pretty slick right now. Not a guppy dream, unfortunately, but, you know, the hope remains deep in my heart. Pretty fly is fine. So the other one is bombs are key yet again. We don't care so much about bombs right now. To have keys is worth a lot, so we might carry that bombs are key with us. We probably should go to the shop, but I'd like the oh, dude, rune bag is so good. We'd like the opportunity to get an arcade on the next floor if possible as well. All right. Things are coming together here. Where do I think I'm standing, you know, relative to other people on this daily? It's way too early to tell, but hard to be particularly negative right now. Start with a restock. I think we're just gonna leave. And it's, admittedly, it's kind of a, I wouldn't say a tough decision, but it's a decision to be made, one way or the other. Why leave now? Well, actually, now we might reconsider, but the reason was highly, highly simple. We had enough money to still make something happen on from an arcade standpoint. So this floor is like, it's sucking up a lot of our time, but it could also give us a very, very nice advantage long term. Come on. We want blood bag. IV bag we would take because we got no other options, but see if we can pivot this into like a mapping from this guy. We have to remember, like, on a run like this, you know, where are we going long term? I mean, a shoal run justifies Hush Delirium. We're not strong enough to be excited about that yet, but that's good for the next floor. And we don't even have to fight Delirium. You know, I was talking to Corey about it again. You know, you're not even supposed to, from a point standpoint, you're not even supposed to fight Delirium. So combined with the fact that it's a bad idea, is the idea that Delirium's just not that fun to begin with. So we might take the coward's way out there. I don't know. Let's, yeah, why not? Let's Joker card right away. It's Krampus, and oh my god, we destroyed him. Krampus's head is a decent spacebar item. It's another Joker card. Okay. You know, let's just buy this for now, and I'll buy one more. This is so much more advantage than I ever would have expected to get from the remainder of this floor right here. And we can still have an arcade on the next floor as well. I'm not gonna waste too much more time walking around and, you know, buying 6 cents worth of hearts, trading them in for 5 cents at the blood bank. I'll just accept that we got some really, really good stuff here, and we'll head down. And honestly, we probably should not use the Joker card right away, even though in my head I'm like, pop it immediately and get strong. We'll see. We got a 2/3 chance to get one naturally here. I would definitely pop it if we only had a 1/3 chance. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise that, you know, I can ward off the foul temptation via the power of statistics. Oh, that's like our first embarrassing damage. I actually have to think about this, because I'm like, does AWAS... does it do anything for us on this run? It certainly does not let us skip a shoal fight. Or skip shoal in general. Okay, dude, no blood bank on this floor, so I'm very thankful that we were able to get it on the last floor. Let's see if we can get some red hearts out of this. Yo, even better, we got some bone hearts, which definitely means we will not be going to our curse room right away, but... I think there actually is a Galaxy Brain deal with the devil play here, which is go to the deal with the devil and hope that you get some deals that give you spirit hearts or demon hearts, as an ability to protect your bone hearts that you just picked up, but... Again, Galaxy Brain, I mean it more as a pejorative than anything else. And I'd always have to add in the context on a daily. We gotta be closing in on our final, or the last daily we have to do. Now, I actually, in an embarrassing admission, because I know not everybody's a huge fan of dailies. Well, that's only one extra pretty fly, but that's okay. I've been enjoying the dailies, and I've been enjoying the fact that, and this always happens, I'm always like, yuck, we gotta do dailies. And then after I've done like 5 of them, I'm like, all right, dailies are fun. Can be fun, maybe is a better way to describe it. Now, what's not fun about dailies is this exact daily. Like, oh, dude, so good. Specifically, the shoal dailies are the worst. Shoal in the cathedral, I guess. But, you know what? Perfect room. It's like we have a bunker buster there. Taking Perthrow into the deal with the devil. Yeah, it's, the shoal daily's the worst because of the fact that it takes you almost all the way, but then, you know, I think the way that you do it is you're supposed to Alt F4 against Delirium, or you just hit escape, I'm done, or something. I don't even know. I've never opted out of a daily like that. Today might be the first day, depending on how it goes, but... You know, if we have the chance to fight Delirium, if we're strong enough, you know, why not take advantage of it? Let's see. Infested. Infested. Yeah, sorry. Infested! Tears down, full health. Full health is great. Not worth the cost of the tears down. Yo, this is where it's all gonna come together. The Fallen. Followed by a good deal with the devil chance. Please drop a second Perthrow rune bag. Pretty solid fight as well. Ah, so we get Maw of the Void. We're not going to reroll. We will go back for our Joker card. And we will also go to our curse room, I think. We can't really teleport out, so... And we're ahead of schedule. Everything's looking fine. So we'll Joker. Dude, you take Incubus. Easy money. An extremely great pickup. Although, with $3 bill... Slightly scary. And this is an AWAS, right? Let's just pop it. Maybe we'll get a black market or something. This run's been, like, extremely, surprisingly great for weird advantages after the point of... We'll stick with Perthrow. After the point of, you know, where you would expect to run out of advantages on a floor. Like, a lot of our items have come from non-traditional means. That's totally my bad there. You know, it says $3 bill on the tin, but what that tends to seem to mean is Fire Mind. don't know why I sounded like Jar Jar Binks in the middle of that sentence. I'm starting, I gotta tell you, I'm going through withdrawal. Somebody please call Mr. Disney, see if he's okay. It's been almost 4 months without a Star Wars movie released to theaters, and I'm starting to, like, are they awake over there? Yo, both amazing, although I'd love to get the Guppy reroll potentiality, like, come on, you're not gonna reroll a Rotten Baby. Like, I'm starting to wonder, and when I mention the you know, Marvel movies, it's gonna start to make fun of myself, but, like, dude, there hasn't been a Star Wars movie since Solo. That was, like, 8 months ago. Let's just get the stats. And then there hasn't been an Avengers movie since Infinity War. That's like, it's 9 months again. Disney, are you awake? I thought there's supposed to be, like, one of those a week. Now, you can make fun of me for enjoying Marvel movies if you want. I'm familiar with the diminutive term used to refer to them on the internet by people who think they're smarter than the average moviegoer because they like Fight Club and Tucker and Dale versus Evil, both of which are totally fine movies in my estimation. Let ye who is without sin cast the first stone is all I'm saying. But I'll have you know, I refuse to take your derision, because I finished Notes from Underground by Dostoevsky last night, so, you know, if I have to read a Dostoevsky book for every single Marvel movie I enjoy, as far as I'm concerned, I'm burning a nice-smelling candle at both ends. How did I feel about Notes from Underground by Dostoevsky? Well, I don't know. How many people out there have read it? I'm just worried it's kind of an insular anecdote. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I can definitely see the point value there, but I don't really... I mean, I like being able to open golden chests more than I like to spend all of my bombs to get a little bit of money out of some, you know, rocks, especially with only one more shop remaining, apart from the Blue Womb. Anyway, well, I'm not embarrassed to say that, like, I actually think, for anybody who's read it, the novel's broken into two halves. The first half of the novel, I was like, dude, this is above my intellectual weight class. Like, this is the kind of book where you need way more context. Apparently, like, the first half of the book is a standalone story, but it's also written in response to, like, you know, the predominant Russian intelligista philosophy of the time, and I was like, I was a little bit lost. The second, it's not really like a half, it's really the second 2/3 of the novel becomes a little bit more of a traditional story with the same kind of like high-minded ideas associated with it. Probably should have re-rolled that now that I think about it, but... And I was like, now I got into it, so I'd probably end up giving it a 4. Did I enjoy it more than Brave New World? I was less annoyed than Brave New World. But they're very, very different sorts of books, for sure. Brave New World was an easier read. There's no question about that. Ay. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to read next. There's plenty of good options. I almost want to read The Handmaid's Tale. It's a Canadian book. I've never read any Margaret Atwood. You know, I hear the TV show was great as well, so there's a secondary advantage to getting into that. It's a contemporary pseudo-scientific or science fiction novel. I think that might be next on the list. We'll see. If you're following along with the literary adventures of a man rediscovering what it means to read. Range up. So we're going to lose our golden... heart there. I'm okay with it. This is a very important floor, though. We have boss rush. What? Okay. Honestly, this is my wheelhouse. At first, I was annoyed. And then I remembered, wait a minute. I'm the guy who loves this item and who loves this archetype. If I'm looking at it... Oh, that was dumb. If I'm looking at it logically... I think the introduction of the D-Infinity, which, mind you, some people may have perthrowed, but the introduction of the D-Infinity should be like a pretty a big win for me. I'm very, very thankful we stuck with our original trinket. Now, are we going to D4 ourselves? Yes, but we have to be a little coy about it. And we got to make boss rush as well, so we get a freaking move on. All I mean by that is, our run right now is excellent. Very, very stupid. Thank you, Gimpy. Our run right now is excellent. We stand to get better by re-rolling. But we might not get better, especially with the D-Infinity, where you're not guaranteed a charge, you know, in any specific time frame. We're not guaranteed to get better immediately, is what I'm trying to say. So we'll grab this, and might as well check the card, and we're going to stick with... no. Faster, please. Yo, brain, what are you doing? Why did I do a Dracula impression? Okay. Sack dagger, easy boss. Tale as old as time. Already fought Krampus, so we can definitely afford to go deal with the devil. Didn't get one. Life goes on. Grab the Polaroid. What do we got? Skinny odd mushroom. Here's the thing. We're probably going to reroll our whole run. Let's start with the reroll. What is this? It's Brim. But why? So, I think for now we'll take Epiphora, strangely enough. And we're going to use... Oh, dude, this damage is not that good. We're going to use the D10 very, very frequently. So this is the rare Zane Daily. You don't see it too much. And I'll tell you, right now, not working out. First reroll, bad. However, we did get 9 lives, which means we're getting real close to the Guppy dream here. We only need one more advantageous reroll to get us there. Very, very dumb. For some reason, I thought that was my own eyeball. Which it could be. But it's a little unlikely. So the D20 is a real solid... Oh my word. It's a real solid item on these rooms. The D8 scares the crap out of me. Alright, let's kill the angel. And then re-roll this whole shebang here. You know what? Why am I worried that the next run's not going to be as strong? Like, that doesn't even make sense. We have Cursed Eye. Actually horrible. So what do? Place some bombs and get the reroll as soon as possible, because Cursed Eye will ruin this run. Mom transformation. And we accidentally picked up Super Magnet. Please remove that from the world as soon as possible. Ah! Okay. Okay, calm down. Yes, reroll the whole run. It's not that good. Leviathan. Chocolate milk. Oh my god, we're shooting fingernails out of our face. This is a boss rush worthy run. Now, have we screwed ourselves? I don't believe so. We have taken a lot of damage on boss rush. Thank you, Mom Transformation, for the first time ever. So will a lot of people. If they even made it to boss rush. So I think right now, there's little to complain about. I thought we were at 27 minutes and I was gonna freak the heck out. So we're gonna finish boss rush with this. Then we're probably gonna start re-rolling, because as good as this run is, and it is great, we really, really want to become Guppy. And we're potentially, you know, one push of the spacebar away from making that dream come true, so... Oh, I have Super Magnet again. That was just instinct. Got a little lucky there. The only reason we don't want to D100 right now, and it's actually not a terrible idea to do so. It might be the right idea, but it's just risky because we might not get charges right away, and if we're fighting some truly dangerous enemies, you know, it could hurt us more than it helps us, but... You know, the idea right now is just, hey, right now, that's Beelzebub and Jacob's Ladder, but I can already tell from our first shot that I don't think we have the kind of damage we're going to be too happy with. Hard to tell. Bombs are key. What is happening? Oh, we haven't picked up Jacob's Ladder yet. Get me out of here. Yeah, just move on. Can we beat Hush with this run? Absolutely. It depends on our rolls, but we're gonna, you know, obviously endeavor to get even stronger. We don't want to do every room. Oh my god, we rolled Super Magnet. What an idiot. I don't want it anymore. Rerolled a single rock. Incredible. Not, by the way, a good permutation here. So we're definitely, I mean, it's decent, but we're definitely willing / eager to reroll. And this is the dangerous one because of the bone hearts, but oh my gosh. Yo, are we Guppy? Or is that just Beelzebub? It actually matters a ton. Well, if we're Guppy, we can continue to reroll. But the damage from this is already pretty great. It's also very, very silly. But is this good enough to stick with? It's gotta be Guppy. Like... I mean, I think if we get red hearts, it's actually good enough to stick with. 2 damage, 24... Sorry, 2 rate of fire, 24 damage. Like, that's unbelievably good with Guppy. It's unbelievably good, full stop, but, like, when you add in the flies on top of it, and the spiders, do we have infestation too? So the only danger here is a lack of HP. So, as much as most of the time we'd probably be disappointed, Little Chad is actually, like, a really solid... item for us here when it comes to keeping our HP alive. I'll take it a step further. This is one of the strongest runs I've seen recently, and it might seem like an exaggeration, but I really firmly believe that that is not the case. We also have Booger Tears, somehow. It must be from the item, because we don't have the trinket, of course, or some kind of bonus... you know, tier effect, like $3 bill, which we already had, so it would be fruitcake, I guess, but, oh, I mean, I can see Booger Tears just over there, sorry, it's in the item summary on the one side of the screen, but, you know, it's easy to get a little bit overwhelmed with how things look right now, it's because it got so good so fast. Shouldn't have done that, but, well, I'll tell you, it's kind of a gimme, the rest of this run. Just stop shooting every now and then, because you don't want to summon too many bombs right next to you, accidentally. You certainly do not want that. Like, look at that. It's insane how quickly we're killing these enemies. So I think we're already Guppy, but why not try? We were not Guppy? What? Well, I'll tell you, I don't know how we're going to rank today. I assume that the answer is we could rank pretty well, but nobody is having more fun than us on today's daily. We might as well, I mean, we might as well not take any more items because we're just impacting our score, but, you know, we'll take ones that seem to apply some kind of benefit. No, absolutely not. Well, you know, here's the thing. We are going to take Guppy's head. It's not because I'm in love with Guppy's head. It's because we never want to reroll this run ever again by pressing the spacebar accidentally. Like, this also might be the best, not my reflection, Tiny Planet run we've ever had. Look at the speed that we're killing this guy. He never dies this quickly. Especially when you have a fast rate of fire. It's one of the best runs we've ever had. As you can tell from the rising tone of excitement in my voice. I feel there's no reason for us not to fight Delirium. We might as well see this run through to its logical conclusion. Or its illogical conclusion. And, you know, all you need to know, if you're not an Isaac aficionado, if you're not so familiar with the pace of the game, well, I guess this will fall on deaf ears then. But either way, we finished Boss Rush at like 23 minutes. We're on to Delirium. And all we gotta do is stack up the booger tears and hope he doesn't transform that much, I guess. We're on to Delirium at 29 minutes. Technically less, but... So, I hope we have explosion immunity, but either way, like this, he's not hitting us much. Look at this. Oh my word. So you don't get any points for beating Delirium, but you do get, good boy points. And he is dead, dude. Well, anytime you can beat Delirium getting hit once, the world's your oyster. And I gotta say, like, we are highly, highly rewarded for Zane. Not every run is going to give you a reward for Zane. This run, it didn't mess about. So what do? Well, we're just because we enjoy the run, we're going to do every single floor or every single room. What we're not going to do is pick up any more items because at this point, there's unless they add something to the, you know, the enjoyment of the run, there's no reason to take even a modest damage down, or not damage down, points down. And we have, let's just get the map up there if we can, because, I mean, this is a long floor. We also don't mind if, like, a third of the screen is obscured, because, you know, we basically just walk into a room and go, and they're all dead. So, most important thing, don't get hit. Presumably, if we can avoid getting hit, we stand to gain, I don't know, maybe like 1,500 points from the rest of the level. Even that might be a little bit hopeful. Probably should be picking up the consumables, but... Okay, 1,500 points. Now that I look at it, I'm like, it's ridiculous. We're definitely getting less than 100 points per room. Either way, today's run is going to rank where it ranks. But in terms of my own personal rankings, you know, it's going to be high up there, just for enjoyment. Thank you, D Infinity, for providing us with this. And I can't believe there was even, like, now I'm... You ever have those moments where you're like, oh, if I'd done something differently, I, you know, could have died. I had a moment, when I was in daycare. We were walking down the street in my very, very small town. And, a big old, like, 18-wheeler tire just rolled, like, you know, less than 10 feet in front of our whole group at speed. Apparently the tire had come off of the car while it was driving. Now, I don't know if it would have killed us, but it would have been seriously damaging. And it kind of sends a shiver down your spine, you know? You're like, If I had just, you know, waited one more light at the crosswalk or something, I could be in trouble right now. That's the exact feeling I have right now about this run, because I almost re-rolled the chosen run. I'm so thankful we didn't. I looked at it and I was like, I don't know, is this any good? My reflection, or, Tiny Planet's kind of dangerous. Or is it? I love these enemies that just, they hide. I don't know, 1,500 points, it turns out, was not overly generous, by the way, but they hide, because then when they come back to life, they just die instantaneously, because they have like 14 booger tears on them. So we're almost done. Look, if you keep giving me runs where we can beat the entire void, getting hit one time, I will do them, okay? Now, I'll let you know, anybody who followed in our footsteps on today's run is capable of accomplishing the same things. We didn't leave a huge window open. But we did, you know, we took some damage we didn't have to take. I'm not going to say that we're going to be top ranked today. Especially on boss rush, we kind of dropped the ball a little bit. But, you know, just in general, I don't see us not being in the top 100 today. Like, if we're not in the top 100, we miss something that I can't even, you know, to be honest with you, really fathom. You know, like, even if you did, like, a self-sacrifice room instead, you're gonna end up taking 12 hits, whereas we just went to Delirium the old-fashioned way. And took one. I guess Hush to Delirium is the old-fashioned way. In my world, at least. Alright, let's get out of here. Also, an insanely fast daily. Just a lot of fun in general. Get me out of here. 42,000. We're in 29th. Great daily. Very slow, apparently, but a great daily nonetheless. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!